Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And we are done with Mozart. 30 videos of random Mozart. Unbelievable. And you know, the interesting thing is that I could have done fewer things in each video. I could have made it like, 35 videos, right? We could have made it the exact number of videos that Mozart lived, which would have been interesting but somewhat creepy. So I decided to just let it go the way it went. This may be the record. Remember, 30 videos in Mozart. See if anybody has more. I don't really see it happening. Beethoven, maybe. It's possible for Beethoven, but we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, we have a fairly large clump of things, but to wrap it up with, these are all, or almost all, concertos. Not entirely, but a lot of concertos. Oh yes, and other things, some other things. Let's just go for it. This is Clara Haskil, yay, and Ferenc Fricsay, piano concertos 19 and 27. And the Piano Sonata Koszul 280. Classic performances. Absolutely wonderful in mono and stereo. Haskil was amazing in Mozart. She was amazing in just about everything she did, actually. But these are some of her finest Mozart performances. They have since been boxed up a billion times in the Haskil box or the Fricsay box, you know. But it's good to have a single disc sometimes when you just don't feel like dealing with a box. I don't always. And some of you have said that, you know, you get annoyed with all these boxes, and I understand that. I really do. Then we've got, these are wonderful. Muti, Symphonies 36 and 40. He did a bunch of Mozart symphonies. I had some down here and some upstairs. It's a very, very fine series of Mozart recordings. Muti's Philips, now Decca recordings, ought to be put out in a box. We got his Warner stuff in a box, but the Philips stuff, no. And there's some really, really fine things in there. His Mozart was superb, gorgeous, taut, lyrical, but intense and rhythmic, and really, really fine, terrific stuff. Oh, goodness. Benjamin Britten and Clifford Curzon, Mozart Piano Concertos 20 and 27. This is a classic disc, too. Absolutely iconic, fabulous performances, since boxed up, but like, I said, I hang on to the single discs. Then we have a clump. Now this clump is the complete Mozart piano concertos. There we go. On individual discs on Naxos with Yando, with Concertos Hungaricus under different conductors. Let's see, Ildikó Hegyi and Matyás Antal, or Antal Matyás, depending on how you do it Hungarian-wise. And that's who they mostly are, the conductors. They were recorded 1990. It looks like mostly around 1990. They're quite good. They're very good, actually. And, this was at a time when Yando was recording absolutely everything under the sun, and mostly very well. He was a very, very capable pianist. So I got these at the time, and I've kept them because I enjoy listening to them now and then. They're fully competitive with some of the best stuff out there. They really are. And then we have these. These are the Richard Goode Orpheus Mozart Piano Concerti on Nonsuch. Now, we've talked about one or two of those before as one of the greatest recordings ever, because they are wonderful. It wasn't a complete series, but boy, are they fine performances. What have we got here? Does it even tell us? Yes. Let's see. We have 18 and 20 on this one, and 23 and 24 on this one, and 27 and 19 on this one. This was, I think, one of the greatest recordings ever. It may have been the one that we did. I don't even remember. And 25 and 9, or maybe that was. They're fabulous. Absolutely first class. As great as they get. It's a pity they didn't do them all, but that's okay. Maybe it's not. Maybe they should only do the ones they're going to do as the best recordings ever. That's the way to do it. Then we've got Mozart Concerto for 3 pianos, the piano quartet, with Goode and Fisdale, members of the Juilliard Quartet and the New York Phil, and the Concerto for 2 pianos with Leonard Bernstein. Isn't this a collection of things, all based around, Leonard Bernstein? The two pianos are Goode and Fisdale. The three pianos include Bernstein, and the piano quartet is Bernstein and members of the Juilliard. A fine Mozart Bernstein thing back from the 60s, the early 60s. Mozart oboe concerto, bassoon concerto, Strauss oboe concerto, Weber Hungarian fantasy, with all kinds of people. Let's see what we got here. We got John Delancey oboe. Well, there's a wonderful box, a Philadelphia orchestra box doing all the Mozart wind concerti with Ormandy conducting. It's really first class, and I have it sitting right over there. And these are taken from that, and they are quite wonderful. We also have, let's see, the Weber Hungarian Andante and Hungarian Rondo for bassoon and orchestra. And then who's doing the thing with the asterisk? Oh, the Strauss oboe concerto with Neil Black, with Daniel Barenboim and the English Chamber Orchestra. Everything else is Ormandy and Philly on this cheap Essential Classics disc, which back in the day was a really handy thing to have. Oh, good. Yes, these Essential Classics with Zell and Barenboim and all those people. We've got Eine kleine Nachtmusik, the Posthorn Serenade, 6 German dances, and the Minuet in C major. Those are with the London Symphony and Erich Leinsdorf. That is the German dances and the Minuet. But the other stuff, the Posthorn Serenade and Eine kleine Nachtmusik, Zell in Cleveland, classic Mozart, since boxed up. I know. And then we've got Alfie Brendel on 2 Phillips duos. And that's how we're going to wrap up Mozart, with more piano concertos with Brendel and the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields. You get a lot of them. Really quite a lot of Mozart concertos here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 concertos. It's like all the major ones on 4 discs, which was really quite handy. He remade these things with Charles Mackerras later in his life, and he just kept doing them. So this is, and I had the box of the complete ones, and so these were separate, and I got them as separates. So they're separate. And we end Mozart with separates. 30 videos of Mozart, mostly concertos in this particular clump. And like I said, it's the best way to end with Mozart because, along with the operas, the late great operas, these are the pieces which most define his legacy in the minds of most music lovers. Anyway, so keep on listening, friends. We're done with Mozart. Oh, yes. Take care.